And then all the peer leaders, I'd like us to stand up for 2 seconds. Stand up with Rachel and Karen. These are the peer leaders, folks, from all territories and provinces who, and I must say, this is not lip service. It is the work they are doing at the grassroots level with all of their colleagues who have done this work, recognized or not, in the margins of the formal system, in the shadows out there, that have set the conditions for us to be able to move forward with peer support. It's not Steph. I'm a glue stick. I'm a simple glue stick. I paste things together. That's my skill. That's what University of Life taught me. That's all I know. But the knowledge that we're getting from them is going to be beneficial for the country, I believe. And I really think it's important to recognize that this has to remain simple. So the message to the workplace and system hospital setting leadership in the room is that we have to find that balance in, yes, standards of practice, but recognizing all of those intrinsic human elements that make peer support such an effective intervention in mental health. And so my caution to the workplace, more formal setting, with leadership here and all of the staff of some organizations is don't overcomplicate this. If it becomes too complex, it will die. It will just die. It will get infected with complexities, and all of a sudden you'll have people, peer support workers, saying, well, I'm sorry, I have to leave you right now because I have to go fill in the database. I have to go to my next appointment. I have to compile my notes. I have to go to a meeting. And years ago, in a unionized environment for my workers, I was getting complaints. I was getting complaints from other workers who weren't peer support workers, who would never see my peer workers. And in their mind, they thought, they're not at work. They're not in the office. And I had to say, well, I don't want them in the office. And so again, very challenging from a management perspective because we value people sitting at their desks typing, right? The day a peer support worker is typing and on the phone and not out there supporting face-to-face, having a chit-chat, because that's what peer support is. It's literally about connecting human beings, is the day these processes and programs are going to fail. So I wanted to simply throw these notions out there. So we got our work cut out for us, because at the peer support leadership level, I am pressured at making sure that we don't overcomplicate this and that we don't destroy those very valuable small tidbits of it's a bit like, don't take offense to this, peer workers, because I often say this, but peer support is like composting. That's probably a bad analogy. But it's, we don't know. When I throw stuff in my what's that? Okay, I'll keep digging there. When I throw stuff in my compost bin in the back, the reason I say this is that I don't quite understand what happens in there. And if we were to try to really figure it all out, we'd really have a complicated, right? But we just compost, and at the end of it all, what we get is this really rich earth, right? And really, that's what happens with peer support. It kind of fills in all those gaps that our system has been allowed to grow, these gaps. And when you allow peer support to compost, it produces this nice, organic, rich material. And if we overcomplicate composting, and we just don't let it be, it's not going to work, right? So the complexity of my work and my team is to figure out the composting recipe by not overcomplicating it. And I'm really imploring all of you who are considering this to work with us in keeping it simple.